Well, as you know, on Saturday and Sunday, we got hit by a Category 1 hurricane. A few years ago, we were hit by a Category 4 hurricane. The difference between those two this time is that this one carried a lot of water. So it was a lot slower to move. So the island got pretty hit, especially in the southwestern area. With the poor infrastructure that we already have on electricity, so almost as of today, still close to 600,000 people are still out of power in their houses, and no water. So little by little, the areas have been recovering. This time we have been lucky enough that we have access to our people. I was making comparisons in the response levels. So when Maria happened 5 years ago, it took us 16 days for us to complete family assessment, employee assessment, to find employees in their houses. So this time around, we never lost full communication. So we have been able to assess our communities, our staff, and we're in the process of assessing our clubs. So this time around, a lot of water damage. But again, what really complicates the situation is that the schools again are closed. So it's been another period of kids not having access to good education or education at all. And then the government systems turn towards recovery, and then the other issues are not taken care of. So in our case, the response has been, this time we were able to have community kitchens. So we have moved to take care of the most pressing need for the families, which is hot meals. So we have been providing, as of yesterday, hot meals to our families. We're doing arrangements with other foundations and organizations to get more inventory into our club so we can expand cooking to the communities instead of just our community of participants and their immediate families.
So Olga, what's the attitude that you're finding from your staff, from families, about their spirit, their challenges? I'm sure people are still shell-shocked from Maria and the earthquake and COVID. It's been a difficult time. How are people facing this moment?
I think this time I've seen a little bit of reaction, whereas Puerto Ricans are known for being resilient, we're known for being happy to carry on with whatever comes our way. But I think this time around, people is making a lot of reference to Maria. So people is kind of reliving the experience. So I would say that the level of trauma on people is more visible now. So yes, we continue to be the same high-spirited people, but you see the comments around, you see the social media, people is starting to feel fed up of things coming, you know, from all sides, from all places coming to hit us. As always, there's good response from people. There's good response from communities in trying to recover as much as possible, as soon as possible. Especially this time we had roads that were closed, especially on the inner part of the island, like I mentioned. So people again is doing what we believe we have to do to get back on our feet. But I think this time is having a little bit more weight on people having to recover yet again from another disaster, and we're right in the middle of the season. So we're expecting another system for the weekend. It's a depression that is being watched, so there's more rain to come. This time we lost like bridges in small towns, so the part of communicating around the island is a bit difficult this time.
Olga, how can we help? Tell us, you know, speaking to the community here in the States and globally, people want to help Puerto Rico, and how can we help the clubs?
Something that we learned with Maria, Andy, is that now we're more prepared to do a more phased approach. So at this point, we're in phase 1 of recovery. Our immediate needs are for unrestricted funds to provide hot meals to the family and keep the kitchen staff to be able to recover the clubs. The clubs will be ready for reopening as soon as they regain utilities back, but we need to, we have some gypsum boards walls that went down. We have to do repairs to the clubs, and the other thing is to retain staff that are not currently covered by grants. So we need to take care of the kids, we need to make sure that we're able to pay the employees while we get the flexibility from the grants for the time being. So at this point, we're most needed unrestricted funds. On the second phase, we already started doing the assessment with the families. There will be a need for drinking water, basic items like toilet paper, insect repellent, batteries, lanterns, things like that. But in the first stage, in our assessment to families, over 90% of the families requested hot meals. In the communities that we serve, they have no access to water yet, no access to electricity, and they don't have generators. So, you know, it's a real need for them to be able to find a hot meal for their families. And hopefully, as of next week, we'll be expanding that to use our community kitchens to serve the bigger community other than our kids. So that will be our immediate need right now.
Great, Olga, and we're so excited to come back to Puerto Rico, bringing our group there in February. What do you want to tell our attendees, the community who are interested in Puerto Rico, kind of what you hope the future can be for Puerto Rico?
I wish for a better Puerto Rico. You know me, I am hopeful, always hopeful, and I think that a better Puerto Rico is possible. We're working hard to build the foundations for that through education of our kids and make sure that we invest in the generation. For the visitors that will be with you, our friends through your network, Puerto Rico is a welcoming place. By February, we should be out of this season, so it will be a good thing for them to come. And I invite you when you come over, if you want to visit the clubs, if you haven't, get to know the island out from the hotel. Get to see what we do, get to see our work, what happens in the communities, and see the broader Puerto Rico. But now it's a safe place. It's a very fun place, and we hope to see you soon.